And when I say programs, I'm talking about people-to-people programs. We are focused on building human capital. And a great example of that, in fact, is our Fulbright program. And Dr. Eunice is an alumni of our Fulbright program and has worked with us on that and a number of other things that we're doing. So how can we work with you in this area? Well, we invest in people. We bring them on exchanges. We connect them in a variety of fields, whether it be the arts, whether it be music diplomacy, whether it be entrepreneurs, whether it be women and girls through sport. There's so many things that we do. But one of the biggest challenges we find is they come to the US, they have a great experience, they network with colleagues and different people in a variety of fields. They go back home and the question is always, what's next? Now, we are all doing things around the world. I was thinking about this as I got off the train today. We're all getting off on different trains. We all may be in the same, on the same block, but we're working on different projects and we don't know what the other is working on. So our interest is in figuring out, how do we map these things? How do we build a continuum for development projects and the things that are happening around the world so that we can support not only investments, but we invest in people. You guys may be investing in infrastructure or projects or technology, but those impact people too. So we're talking to Gate Global and a number of other folks about how we knit that together. And to give you an example of that, we've been partnering a lot with technology companies. We're working with Intel Corporation, for example, on their World Ahead program. Why? Because our second priority area is English language learning and training. Well, why English language? Well, one of the reasons is because governments around the world have been knocking down our doors saying, hey, we want more English language teaching and learning. Why? Because they see it as core to economic growth and development. It gets folks right between that barrier of entry before they go on to the workforce or before they go on to higher education. So through this partnership with Intel, we are working to pre-bundle content that will go out for free, targeted at the emerging markets. We're starting small in tranches, but eventually it will go through 40 countries. So this is one example of the types of things that we could do. The third area that we're very focused on is science, technology, and the creative industries. So why science, technology, and the creative industries? Because clearly connective technology has completely changed the way that we do business as government. Diplomacy is no longer government to government. It is society to society, government to society, government to individual, you name it. It's completely changed. And I can tell you that we can acknowledge, I can definitely acknowledge, technology, not a core competency of the government, not so much. That's okay. I'm comfortable with that because that is what the private sector does well. And that's exactly what we're looking to harness through public-private partnerships with Intel, but also with small startups. We're working with a small Australian startup called Binu, which is basically providing smartphone-like access to feature phones. And it's the only technology out there doing it. It's really fascinating. And if you had asked me 4 years ago, would I have thought that the State Department would be partnering with a small startup in Australia? I would have said, yeah, not so much. But the point there is that things have changed. The way we do business has changed, technology has changed, and I think the opportunities have changed. So there's a lot of things that we can work on. We're also focused on the strengthening and development of civil society worldwide, and we would love to have some of those conversations with you all, and I know we're going to continue the conversations we've had with Gate and a number of others, but we like to say start small but think big, and that's the way that we will be approaching our pilots and the partnerships that we do.